All right, welcome to Munciana. We're starting the 8th grade championship final match here tonight. We got the Owls from Burris, and we've got the Newcastle Trojans in the house tonight. Just to start it off, Burris ended up beating Greenfield Central in 3 on the third, 15-13. Newcastle beat Bar Reeve 3 games, 15-13 also. So pretty two good matched up in the semifinals, Wes, and getting ready to start this final match. You know, this should be a good match all the way around.
Well, it's been great volleyball all day, and this should be a great final match. It's a rematch of last year's state championships. Here we go.
Here we go. Newcastle's got to serve. We're going to start off with it. It's number 10, Eliza Madden serving there. Picked up by Burris, set by Rose. Swing out of the middle, great pick up by Newcastle. Coming up, Marbury takes the ball. Ooh, just a little bit. Shaftmaster hit that ball, turned it a little too hard out of bounds. Burris gets that first point. We got number 8, Lauren Nixon, back to serve. Let's see if she can keep this service run going right here with a 1-0 lead by Burris. Ball's in, played up. Passed up by Newcastle. Turner. Shaftmaster tries to hit it down the line. Gets it right to fall right on there. Great swing out of the line for the first shot.
Interesting matchup here. You'll see really a ball control game, serving game by Burris, and a lot of offense by the Trojans.
Yeah, Newcastle went out strong in game 1 against Bar Reeve. Shaftmaster puts the ball just a little bit long on the service. Tied up. No, my fault. Burris has got a 2-1 lead right now. Rose goes back to put the balls in. Played up. Burris digs the ball out, takes it on the outside. Good roll shot right over, picked up by the setter from Newcastle. Barrow sets that ball just a little bit long there. Great swing by Newcastle, but just doesn't quite get it there. Bailey Cox just swung a little long. Back in here, Rose McBracken takes the ball up. Picked up by Shaftmaster. Bailey swings out of there. Cox laid up by Burris on the outside, out of system set. Good swing, picks it up. Shaftmaster mishandles that third ball, ended up behind right now, 1-4. We'll see if they can put it on there. Burris puts that ball a little bit long, and we're going from here. We'll see what happens, but right now, 2-4. Got number 8 from Newcastle, Nicole Wilkinson, back to serve. Nice top spin serve. Just mishandled right there by Burris.
Nice little jump whip on that ball right there. See if Wilkinson can score it again, but Newcastle trying to get back in this game.
Yeah, right at that point. Nice, good to right that top spin, goes back out. Little confusion by Burris right there. Ends up putting that ball in the net. Now it's tied up.
That's certainly what that jump serve can do. It comes at you faster, and you get a little bit disorganized, and that's what's happened to Burris for a couple points.
Yeah, right here, Wilkinson back to serve again. Nice top spin, gets underneath. Setter tries to take it over on 2 and ends up right there. Number 6 from Newcastle, Lyle Smith, goes up in there and just puts it back into the floor. Nice block right there. Back to serve again. Nice rip up. Tries to take it again. Up. Smith, number 6, takes it over. Good swing. Plays it up. Little exchange there between the setter and the middle. Picked back over. Back on Burris' side. Great swing out of the middle. Turn back over. Bailey Cox gets a hold of it. Dug up by Burris. Set on the outside. Good tip out of there. Picked up by the setter from Newcastle. Here we go. See. A little bit of an exchange right there.
Ellen Beach has got that little roll shot or tip shot into the mid zone back there, and she comes up with a nice score, and she'll go back to serve.
Yeah, Beach putting that ball back on the service line. See what happens. Picked up by Bailey Cox. Oh, nice swing out of there. Picked up by Burris, swung on the outside. Picked up by Shaftmaster out of the back row. Bailey Cox takes a rip at that ball, picked up by Burris. Taking it across. Good play so far, back and forth. Abby Kessler getting that ball a little bit. Shaftmaster takes the ball over on 2. Picked up by the setter. Beach taking that ball across. We'll see what happens. Burris picks it up. Going back row with it for Shaftmaster. Good ball. Picked up by Kessler. Kessler takes the free over. Good play back and forth so far. We'll see if somebody can put a ball away. Bailey Cox tried to sneak in there and get a little Free ball back over behind that middle and ended up taking it in the net.
Kessler really dominating the middle for Burris right there. Doing a nice job. Newcastle's hitters having a little problem with that block.
Yeah, right now Bailey Cox goes up swinging line. Taking it up by Rose McBracken. Taking it across. Picked up by Newcastle, set out. Bailey Cox swinging again. Right off the hands of Kessler right there. She turned that ball just a little bit and got Abby on there, backed off the net just a little.
Yeah, just as I speak right there. And Bailey Cox comes back with a nice inside swing and scores.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here, but we got Newcastle back serve. Number 2, Maddie Dugan back. Set in the middle, Kessler swing. Great dig by Newcastle. Shaftmaster places it up. Bailey Cox tips that ball right to the middle. Played up by Burris. Beach takes it over. Coming back out. Cox swinging again, just a little bit low on the set. Just didn't quite get that ball over that time. Abby Kessler back to serve for Burris right now. See if she can place the service pressure on there. Picked up by Bailey Cox. Ends up being an overpass. A little bit of trouble. Burris couldn't decide what was going to do there and ended up letting that ball hit the floor. Tied up 7-7. Bailey Cox goes to the back row to serve, and Shaftmaster comes to the front row to swing. Played out by Burris. Free ball coming over. Picked up by Shaftmaster, going outside. Just a little bit low and ends up taking it in the net.
A little bit low of a set. Shaftmaster not able to get there, and it's interesting right now that front row back row thing with Cox and Shaftmaster. See how effective that's going to be.
Great swing on outside. Barakin picks up by Bailey Cox. Set goes outside. Shaftmaster puts that ball right down the line and ends up taking it out of bounds. Burris has missed dig on that ball.
Yeah, if they can get that ball up to Shaftmaster, she just has a knack of scoring, hitting good shots, different angles, and hits a heavy ball.
Yeah, we'll see what. Meyer goes back to serve for Newcastle. Just puts it in the top of the tape. Couldn't quite get that serve to go over that net.
That's 2 serves in a row that were errors for Newcastle. They've got to clean that up.
Yeah, I got to clean that up right now. We've got Rory Powers going back to serve for Burris right now. See if she can put some pressure. Oh, back-to-back service errors on both of them.
Those coaches not going to like that because you're not going to score a point that way.
No, they're not going to have those points right now. We'll see what happens right here. Got the setter for Newcastle going back to serve, Eliza Madden, so we'll see what she can do. There she puts the ball in. Mishandled. Oh! Burris just didn't quite get to that ball and ended up overpassing it, and Newcastle didn't quite get there on defensive and get back to base and ended up.
Tough call there, too, because I think they were thinking it was out, too. A little miscommunication.
Yeah, real close to the line, but didn't end up getting that ball where they wanted it. Back to serve. Burris puts it up. Set goes back to the 9 position. Shaftmaster takes a rip at it. Picked up by Burris. Rose McBracken takes it over. Swing on. Shaftmaster digs line. Goes line with it, and just Burris couldn't handle that ball. Tied up 10-10 right now. Pretty good match back and forth. We'll see what happens there. See if somebody can make a little bit of separation. Shaftmaster back to serve. No. Great play right there. Shaftmaster took it. Burris wasn't able to handle the ball with her hands on that one.
Shaftmaster asserting herself a little bit there with a nice kill and then an ace serve.
Ends up putting that ball right off the pin out of the serve. It's tied up 11-11 right now. Burris is back to serve. See what happens with it. Great serve out of there. Picked up. Going back row to Shaftmaster. Takes a great cross-court setter side swing out of the back row and scores.
About time for somebody to kind of assert themselves here. They've been back and forth here early in game 1. Yeah, Wilkinson back to serve.
Yeah, Wilkins back serve. See if she can put that top spin serve to use. Great play.
Well, Wilkinson got him back in the game early, and she takes off again where she left off with that jump serve.
Yeah, up right now, 13-11 right now for Newcastle. We'll see if they can make the push a little bit. Good top. Ooh, got a little float to that one. A little bit still tough to handle. Played over by Beach, picked up by Wilkins. Oh, picking out there, Bailey Cox tips that ball right over there. Picked up by Kessler, throws the ball over on 2. Picked up, push backside. Going outside to Beach, see what she does. It takes a little half roll there, picks it up. Bailey Cox brings it back. Shaftmaster puts that ball over out of the back row. Beach takes a big swing at it. Playing it over. Oh! Newcastle couldn't quite get that ball all the way off the net so they could get a swing at it and ended up putting it in the net on the third.
And Katie Nagel, the center for Burris, is doing a nice job of getting the ball to her hitters.
Yeah, right now both offenses pretty proficient right there. Kessler puts the ball back over. Schaffmaster swings, take it on the outside. Dug up by Schaffmaster. It's going out. Bailey Cox a little bit low on that set. Ended up not taking that ball over where she wanted to. We got Helen Beach back service. See if she can push right here. Got it tied up 13s right now. Low, quick set. Marbury takes it out. Ooh, good swing here. Oh! Bailey Cox decides the ball's a little bit too tight, stays down, tips that ball in the middle of the floor. And
crafty little shot. We're keeping this game close.
Yeah, right now it's just Newcastle up 14-13, number 2 from Newcastle. Caleb McGowan goes back to serve. Let's see if she can push this ball up a little bit. Gets a high ball middle of the floor, taken out. Taken over by the setter of Burris on 2. Pushed up. A little bit, sir. Ooh.
4 hits there. Tried to run a fast offense in the middle, and the block was there for Burris, and
yeah.
Kessler go back to serve.
Yeah, Smith, great jumper, but just couldn't get that ball. Abby Kessler back to serve for Burris. Just a little bit long right there. Was tied up 14-14. Now it's 15-14. Burris leads, and Bailey Cox goes back and see if she can put a little service pressure on here.
And they've got Schaffmaster back in the front row, so we'll see how that works.
Setter from Burris takes it over. Number 20, Katie Nagel, just doesn't quite get any touch on that ball and hits it out of bounds. See what happens. Bailey Cox back to serve with a 16-14 lead. A little bit out of bounds. Having a little issue here. Serving. We got a little short back into the net, and then we're serving it deep. So Katie Nagel back for Burris behind 15-16. Great float serve right off there. Turned it in the middle. Newcastle had a little trouble handling that. Now it's 16-16. Katie Nagel back serving again. Can't seem to get this runs and serves going here, Wes.
Yeah, it seems like we've that's about the 6th service error here in this game. Both teams can't put together a scoring round with an error like that.
Yeah, Meyer back to serve for Newcastle. She puts it over, puts it in the middle of the floor, a little high serve. Picked up. Abby Kessler takes it over. Oh, Bailey Cox and Libero have a little exchange there.
It's a great save by Roy Powers. Just went off the court there, made a great play. She goes back to serve right now.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, see what she can do here. Little substitution right here. Katie Nagel, setter comes off. We'll see what goes on. Powers going back to serve. We'll see what happens. Big little half swing right there by Schaffmaster to put that ball hard cross and ends up scoring. See what goes on here. We got setter from Newcastle, number 10. Eliza Madden going back serve to see if she can put this ball in or make some service pressure going. Good serve middle of the floor. Taken out there. Great swing out of there by number 8 from Burris.
Lauren Dixon. Yeah, for the set from Rose Bracken. Who just came in to set a couple plays ago.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, a little switch on the setter there by Burris, and we'll see what happens from here. Goes back to serve. A little bit deep right there by Nixon and out of bounds. And Schaffmaster now rotated to the back row, and Cox up to the front row, and Schaffmaster back to serve. Ooh, tough serve right there. Not handled by Powers very well from Burris, and ends up pushing this lead up to 2018. Let's see if Schaffmaster can continue this right here. Great up by Burris, set out by Beach. Kessler takes a big rip on the outside. Dug up by Burt. Bailey Cox takes it over. Dug up by Powers. Coming outside. Beach, little crafty tip over there.
Nice save by Elspaw right there.
Yeah, taking it out. Going back row. Schaffmaster takes a big rip at it. Dug up by Powers. Taking it over. Beach takes a free ball right there. Cox picks it up. Going back to the middle. Wilkinson takes a rip at it. Gets it to fall right off a hard cross. And now they're up 21-18. Making a push right here.
Nice choice by Madden there to go fast set in the middle. And Wilkinson comes up with a kill.
Shaftmaster turns that ball a little bit on her left shoulder, turns it out of bounds on the service error. Still
opportunity to step right a little bit more, and one of those service errors getting in the way of both teams.
Yeah, Rose McRacknick serve and see what she can do with the big left hand going. Oh, back with another service error. Newcastle up 22-19 right now.
And Wilkinson back to serve has really ignited both runs by Newcastle here.
See if she can get a run going and finish this out. Great topspin. Couldn't handle by Powers right there. Burris and pushes this lead up 23-19. They can keep the service pressure on. They can make them be able to finish this one out, but it'll be this service right here to figure out what's going to happen. Big rip there by Wilkinson. Taken over by Smith and back up again. Taken over by Kessler. Taken outside. Bailey Cox is going to take a rip at it.
And touch 24. We got a game point here as Bailey Cox goes up for a nice line shot off the block.
Dave Barr's all excited over there on Newcastle's bench, wants them to finish it here right now. Wilkinson back, takes a big rip. Right on the end line by Wilkinson and ends up finishing this one 25-19.
That may be an interesting situation. Wilkinson, as I said, got both runs going by Newcastle during that match, and then she comes up with an ace serve to wrap up game one as the Trojans take it by 6.
Yeah, it's great swings on both sides right there. A little bit of service pressure back and forth, but ended up being those last couple service errors back and forth, and then Wilkinson went back and made a good separation at the end to finish that one 25-19.
I think both teams need to settle down serving-wise. The game got a little choppy for both of them. I think Burris cleans that up a little bit. They've got a chance to fight back in. Newcastle, on the other hand, they get rid of it, and their offense is pretty potent. Yeah. And so that really for Burris, they just got to make sure I think they're taking chances to try and disrupt Newcastle's offense, and sometimes that will lose you a point or two.
Yeah, I mean, Newcastle's got a bigger front row right there, able to swing harder at that ball at the chance, and Burris is more, methodical in what they're doing, and and that service pressure they can apply and the defense that they can apply. But that's the problem, is they've got to get those serves in so that they can play good defense off of it and get that runs going. The longer they stay in a rally, the more chances they're going to have to pull away from there.
That's a great call there, Curdy. The longer they stay, the better chance they've got. If they clean up the serve, as I said, I think they can sink back into this match.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't, there wasn't a great separation there. I mean, 25-19, that's not much separation right there. Just the last couple points, by Newcastle to finish out that with some strong serves, but, Burris can stay in this pretty quickly by getting after it on that service pressure and playing good defense here.
Well, see what the coaches have planned here. Dave Barrs in his huddle trying to keep the Trojans back on top, and Dr. Don Shondel's over there talking to his troops about getting that game too. Just got to come out, mentally tough and get after it.
Yeah, I talked to Dr. Don a little bit about their match with Greencastle, and he said, they're behind and had to really push, and, his comment was, he said, I'm not sure we should have won that match, but we stayed in it long enough and had the chance to win it at the end, and that's all that made the difference. And that's very true. As long as you can stay in a match like that, you've got a chance to win it. And
yeah, let's not forget both teams had to go tough 3-game matches to get here, losing 15-13, both winning both of them 15-13 in the third. It's a great day of volleyball.
Yeah, when you're playing at this level right here.
And how about Bart Reeve? They get first in the 7th grade championship and got beat 15-13 by Newcastle. So they had a great showing here.
Yeah, they had a great showing here. Travel all the way from Southern Indiana. Here we go. Burris back to serve. We got number 8, Lauren Nixon. We'll see if she can put this ball in and put a little service pressure on. Good serve right there. Picked up by Newcastle. Little trouble with it. Picked up. Abley Kessler goes up. Throws that down real quick. Puts Burris up 1-0.
There's no doubt they were going to come out with a little sense of urgency during this game, and they take off with that first lead.
Yeah, we'll see right out. Lauren got Nixon back to serve it again. See if she can put this ball in and put a little pressure back on. Ball picked up by Cox. Mishandle. Bailey takes a big rip out of the back row and
that was an important rip right there. Lauren Nixon was serving a great ball, and if they could have gotten a second point on the board right there, they might have put a good run together.
Yeah, Shaftmaster back to serve. That means Cox goes up, little bit long by Shaftmaster. Gives Burris a chance to go up 2-1 right here. And got Rose racking back and see if she can put, doesn't quite get that toss up high enough and ends up getting that ball right in the top of the net. Got Wilkinson back, see if she can ignite a little run here, tied 2-2. See if Newcastle can make this push. Good rip right there. Picked up, overpass. Picked up by Smith. Taken out. Good swing out of the outside, but Beach pushed over. Push deep corner. Line judge calls it out, overruled by the, line judge calls in.
Good call.
Yep,
good call. And Beach will go back to serve again.
Yeah, Beach is back there. Here we go. Picked up, pass by Shaftmaster going back row. Takes a big rip at it, picked up by Beach, taking back row. Take it off there by Laura Nixon, see what happens. Goes back up, back row, swing out of there. Great dig by Burris right there. See what happens. Abby Kessler takes that ball over. Picked up by Shaftmaster. Take it outside. Bailey Cock takes a rip down the line. Pray it over. Here it goes. See what happens from here. High ball by Newcastle. Taken back through there. Gets a roll across the net. Picked up. Taken over by Lauren Katie Nagel right there. Picked up. Bailey Cox takes a big rip out of the outside. Katie Nagel sets that. Good roll shot right there from Burris. Number 14, Rory Powers over the block. Wasn't being picked up.
That was a great roll shot by Powers.
Yeah, Beach is back to serve for Burris. We'll see if she can make this push right here. Played up. Shaftmaster takes the ball over, picked up by Beach, pushed outside. Kessler throws that ball deep corner. Set up. Bailey Cox takes a big rip to the deep corner and puts that ball in. Great swings right here. Great swings right here.
Impressed with the setter, Eliza Madden, going out there and getting that ball to Cox so she gets a nice cross-court kill.
Yeah, it's a great swing right here. Number 3 from Newcastle back to serve. Chloe McCarty thrown deep, picked up by Shaftmaster. Setter takes it up. Smith takes a good rip out of the middle. Picked up. Outside it goes. Powers takes a big swing. Smith couldn't get back her hands solid enough and ends up going between them, and Powers gets the score.
And Powers is really starting to light it up on that left side.
Yeah, we'll see back. You got Kessler back in serve. Picked up by Newcastle. Set back row. Shaftmaster takes a big rip at it. Kessler digs that ball. Coming back up. Nixon, a little crafty there, takes it over to the side. Picked up. Cox is going to swing. Straight up by Burris. Shaftmaster picks the ball up. Going middle. Smith takes a little off-speed shot right there. Picked up. Here we go, Newcastle coming outside. Bailey Cox takes a big rip down the line. Dug up by McCracken. Taking it across there. Big rip. Picked up by Bailey. Picked up by Nagel from center, Katie. Katie's going to swing. Just a little bit long right there. Great swing out of Burris' setter, but just hits it a little long. Bailey Cox back to serve, and that means Shaftmaster goes front row.
A lot of great digs from Burris in that rally.
Yeah. Played up. Beach takes the ball out. Nagel pushes the ball out. Taking there. Powers takes it a ball over. Picked up. Throws a 2-ball. Takes that second ball over by the setter from Newcastle right there. And
great decision by Madden. Just saw an opening and scored. Put it up by, right back to a tie game now.
Yep, tied the game right here. Cox back to serve. Puts a little pressure. Dig it up by Beach. Goes back. Powers takes a roll shot. Dug it up. Pushed out. Shaftmaster taking his... a little off-speed shot over the block by Shaftmaster there. Takes a little return there from Burris' playbook and takes them up 6-5.
You know, they've been hitting a lot of heavy balls, and the last 2 balls have been tips. Both scores. Bailey Cox goes back. Netter on that serve. And Nagel, looks like Nagel's going to come out. Going to sub out right now.
Nagel's coming out. See who's coming in.
Looks
Number
like
11 for Burris. Emily Adamatowitz's going back there. See if she can put a little pressure on here from the serve. Tied up 6-6. Puts the ball in there. Picked up. Shaftmaster going to 32 right there. Middle out of there. Picked up by Burris. Pushing it back to him. Going high ball. Shaftmaster turns a great rip. Dug up by Burris. Pushed back. Takes a little off-speed shot. Picked up. Played up again. Here we go. Going back outside. Shaftmaster turns a little cross-body shot down the line. Puts them up 7-6.
Great rally.
Great rally right there.
A couple of point-blank shots from Shaftmaster, and then she finds the floor and a really good-looking line shot.
Yeah, great. Here we go. Newcastle's libero's back to serve. Meyer, see if she can pick it up. Beach digs the ball up. Goes back. Powers takes that ball deep corner. Bailey Cox just couldn't quite get to it to bring it back up into the middle of the floor and tied up 7-7. Here we go.
Real good side-out game so far. See if a team can assert themselves and step forward, get a little run going.
Powers back to serve, puts the ball in there, picked up by Shaftmaster going outside. Wilkinson takes a cross shot, sprays out. Here we go. Beach takes a little shot out there.
We have a touch call.
Touch call to
that point.
Yep. Great rip out of the front row and gets that touch call. See if we can make the push right here. Powers back to serve again. Puts the deep ball in. Bailey Cox picks it up. Shaftmaster takes a shot to the middle of the floor from the back row. Picked up by Rose. Powers going from there. We'll see what happens. Good rip by Bailey Cox out of the back row. Dug up. Beach takes the ball, puts it in the middle floor. Picked up from here. Going outside. Shaftmaster takes a good rip out of it. Dug up. Great by Burris. Shaftmaster in there, getting a tight set in there and just rips that hard cross, and Beach wasn't able to handle that one at the end.
It's just interesting how Newcastle just keeps ramming that ball to the other side, and Burris seems to have an answer 3 or 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
That's what keeps them in games. They're just a great ball control team.
Madden back to serve for Newcastle, picked up. Going out of there, Beach on the outside. Tried to turn that one hard cross to make Shaftmaster play it, and ends up taking it into the net right there.
It's going to be a critical part of this game with Shaftmaster still in the front row.
Yeah, she's right front right now, and Madden's back to serve. Let's see if they can continue to make a little pressure. Great serve of Madden. Picked up, going cross. Wow, great dig out of there. Newcastle picks it up. Shaftmaster gets a swing, reaches high and pulls through that ball. Middle of the floor, Burris can't handle it and puts them up 10-8.
Tell you, Kirk, she hit that ball at about the 14-foot line, and Burris almost had a play on that ball.
Yeah, it's great whenever you're seeing an 8th grader get underneath that ball 14 feet and digging that ball up and playing it. Madden's still back serving. It's 10-8 right now. Madden takes it out of there. Kessler digs it up. Going back there. Beach takes the ball. Handled by the libero. Not being able to play out of the back row from there. Burris puts it at 9-10, just back one, and see what they can do from the service line. Lauren Nixon going back, see if she can do something with it here. Takes time, puts that ball in. Good float serve right to the middle floor. Picked out, going back. Shaftmaster takes a shot line down line. Picked up by Rose. Not able to take that ball over was Roy Powers right there, and took a good swing, but just doesn't went high enough from her. And Shaftmaster goes back to serve, and that means Cox goes to the front row. Pass by Burris, coming over, Beach in the middle. It's a little tip to the left side of the floor. Cox goes back to swing. Big swing right on the end line right there by Cox. Puts them up 12-9 right now.
Yeah, she finds that deep corner. She usually has some success.
Yeah, Burris is crunched in real light now, and Shaftmaster continues to put service pressure on him. Taken up. Ooh, great dig by Shaftmaster there after that. Cox takes great swing. Kessler's right there to put that solo block onto the floor. See if Burris can get a little bit of energy off of that right there. It's now 10-12. Newcastle, and let's see if Burris can go back and put some pressure on it. Bailey Cox picks it up. Shaftmaster throws. Tip up there by Bailey Cox. Not able to handle it back in there, and now it's 11-12. Burris is making a little run out of this. Rose Bracken back to service, see if she can put some pressure. Great left-handed swing right there out of Shaftmaster takes a good rip at it, picked up by Burris. Going outside. Got a double call right there off of the setter. A little bit of a tough play, but ends up taking that ball. Wilkinson back to serve right now. She put a little service pressure up, 13-11. See if she can push the run back here. Just didn't get a little top spin on that. Couldn't turn her wrist over and sends it a little long. And Burris now has it within 12-13, and Beach is back on the service line.
Well, we'll see what happens here. Both teams are getting a little sloppy right now, so we can clean this up.
Taking over. Quick play. Kessler gets there. Great swing out of the middle by Kessler.
Let's put it this way. If Kessler wakes up like that the rest of this match.
Yeah, it could be a very interesting match. Quick. Tied up 13-13 right now. Beach is back on the service line. Pass by Bailey Cox. Set up. Shaftmaster goes out of the back row. Taken over. Picked up by Newcastle here. See what happens. Going back row. Shaftmaster turns that. Beach picks that ball up. Taken over. Free ball. Oop. Cox takes a little rip down the line. Play up. Great play by Burris. Oh, great play by Burris, but just a little bit out. Great saves out of the back row. Several players right there. And Bracken takes a good rip to try to take it over with a one-arm swing and just couldn't place it back in. Newcastle back to serve. Oh, great serve right there by Chloe McCarty. Just a nice off-speed serve. Puts it in there, pushes it there, and Burris couldn't handle that. And now
nice for her to come in the game and kind of get that really nice serve.
Yeah, put a little service pressure on from the back serve. Puts it high, puts it in the middle of the floor. Picked up. Little miscue by the setter. Played up still. Burris brings the ball back over. Cox going to take a big rip out of the...
Great shot by Bailey Cox. Cut shot. That ball inside the 10-foot line. Tough for Burris to handle.
Yeah, nice hard cross right there, and ends up taking that ball by Cox and puts it in.
Biggest lead of the game here, 16-13 for Newcastle.
Yep. Dave Barr's just taking the service line. Just put the ball in. We'll see what happens from there. Great rip by Kessler. Had a little touch there by Smith out of the front row, but ended up Newcastle couldn't handle the ball out of it.
And pretty impressive run by Kessler across the front row, and she'll go back to serve.
Yeah, see if Abby Kessler can put a little run together here out of the service. There it is right there. Service ace by Abby Kessler, and puts them within 15-16.
Anytime you can get a kill in the front row and go right back and find yourself an ace, you're helping your team.
Yeah, get a little momentum going, a little pressure right there. Picked up. Bailey Cox digs a great ball up. We'll see where. Shaftmaster pushes the ball deep corner. Just a little bit out. Took it Sutter's side, but ended up being about 6 inches out of bounds, and tied up 16-16. Kessler still serving. There you go. Kessler just puts it about 1.5 feet out of bounds, and
yeah, but she got Burris back in the game there.
Yeah,
so.
she did. Bailey Cox is back row, and Shaftmaster front row. We'll see what happens here. Beach digs the ball up. Katie Nagel tried to take that ball with her fist, and
good idea. I mean, if that ball had just been a couple feet inside, she would have scored on a nice tip.
Yeah, she took it with her fist. I think she had a hand on that ball. Yeah. She might have been able to place it where she wanted to. Great up by Kessler going outside. Great swing out of there, and we'll see what happens from here. Smith out of the front row for Newcastle. Great swing. Smith plays that ball up. Both teams are just swinging away. Bailey Cox takes a rip out of the back row. Gets it in there, and great swings by both sides. See what happens here, but Lauren Nixon took a couple great rips, but Newcastle dug it up. Bailey Cox continues to serve and puts it right on the top of the tape. They're up 19-17 right now, but little switch on Burris' side. Katie Nagel goes out to setter, and number 11 comes in. Emily, see if she can put this ball in. She did a nice service run last time, placed the ball in there. Great service right there. Leg up. Shaftmaster gets it over the top, taken out. Rose Bracken takes it in there, tipped over by Nixon. Bailey Cox, out of the back row, but just turned it a little too much. And 18-19 now, and Burris continues to serve. Ball's coming over right down a line by Cox, picks it up. Shaftmaster takes a good rip at it. Dug up great by Abby Kessler, and ends up hitting the side of the beam up on the top there, and Burris ends up mishandling that ball, but great dig by Abby Kessler.
And Newcastle now at point 20, so it's going to be a dogfight the rest of the way.
Yep, great. See if they can push through. Great up. Rose Bracken takes the trig, takes it up. Shaftmaster takes a little quick swing out of the middle, dug up by Burris. Powers takes a big rip on the, taken over by the setter on 2 for Newcastle. Nixon takes a rip at it. Wilkinson picks it up. Shaftmaster takes it right off the hands of number 8 of Burris, Lauren Nixon, and ends up scoring off of it. Now they're up 21-18 right here. Great serve received by Burris right there. Played over. Got a tip out of the front row, picked up by Shaftmaster. Goes back, Wilkinson takes
what a call there. Great choice by the setter. Madden goes back row, or back side there to Wilkinson for the kill.
Yeah. Got that back quick slide action right in there, and ended up being no block and ends up taking with there. And Doc Don calls a little timeout after being down 18-22 here. We'll see if they can make a little comeback. And
well, the biggest lead of the game for Newcastle. See what Burris can come up with here. They're playing pretty well. It's just the pressure that Newcastle is putting on with their hitters especially from the back row. They probably hit as well from the back row as you'll see any middle school type team ever do.
Yeah, I mean right now when you've got Wilkinson and Shaftmaster both in the front row, 2 big hitters up, and you got Bailey Cox out of the back row swinging as well as she has. Burris is digging the ball great. At times they can't get big swings out of it because of those swings that Newcastle's taking right here. And we'll see Meyer out of the back on the service line here. See if she can keep this ball in after the timeout and make this play and see what happens. Ball up. There it is right after the timeout. Puts the ball at the top of the tape, and
that's Dr. Don taking that timeout trying to ice the server.
That's a coach's point right there. Every time after that, they'll tell you back. Got powered back to third. Picked up by Shaftmaster, 2 ball in the middle. Cross-body shot to the setter's side and ends up scoring it by Shaftmaster. Puts them up 23-19.
Well, good choice to go to Shaftmaster in the middle. She hits a good angle back into the corner.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. Got Taylor Thompson, 9 in the front row. Shaftmaster takes it on an overpass and ends up putting it in deep corner, number 5 right there. Match point right here all the way around. See if Newcastle can put this in.
Newcastle's had a couple kids come in with just serving 1 time, as is this young lady here, and she's serving for match point.
Yep, match point, putting it back. Picked up by Burris, tough handle. Beach takes a rip at it, see if it goes over. Doesn't get over there, and Newcastle ends up winning that one 25-19. Basically identical scores both sides, and Newcastle takes that 8th grade championship match all the way through, and great match by both sides, and great defense by Burris all the way around. Great offense by Newcastle.
Well, just impressive volleyball once again. Both 7th and 8th grade matches today, but Newcastle comes out on top with certainly a solid offense. They just kept going at Burris. Burris kept digging. But it finally caught up with him.
Yeah, and in the very end, it was all about that offense in that front row. They got Wilkinson up there and Shaftmaster at the right time, and both of them were swinging well and ended up causing Burris just enough problems that they couldn't run their offense efficiently back to them. And got some good swings, but just not the swings that I know that.
Madden, the setter for Newcastle, just did a nice job of getting that ball to both Cox and Shaftmaster, and then occasionally going to Wilkinson or Smith in the middle. Just a well-run effort by her.
Yeah, great decisions out of both setters really, and even the 2 setters that ended up switching back and forth for Burris put that ball into play and did a great job of running both offenses on both sides and got it to the right people at the right time, and it's good to see for both of those teams at the end right there.
Well, Burris certainly had a great season. Dr. Don did some great things with them, and the thing is that they're just ball control wise, they were the better team. They just dug ball after ball after ball, but when you get in a rally, it's going to last back and forth across the net 5 times. You have at some point that dig isn't going to be there. And that's what Newcastle, they stuck with it too. They just kept swinging. They didn't get discouraged from Burris's digging, and it paid off.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great thing right there, Wes, is, both of those groups, Burris dug ball after ball, and Newcastle just kept calm and started swinging away every time they get a chance, and when they got their chance, take some off speed in there to, get Burris back on their heels just enough to see if they could get a little off speed out of there, and scored on it several times back and forth, and great shots out of Burris back and forth too when they dug that ball up.
Yeah, let's give Dave Baer, the head coach for the Trojans, did a nice job with this team during the year, and it paid off.
Yeah, great job all the way around, and Burris ended up getting their runner-up medals there. Great job by them, and Newcastle's getting ready to get their championship medals out of that, and you can say right here, Wes, this is two great teams, and just like we said in the 7th grade, most everybody's going to be happy in the high school gyms when these kids come in there eventually and take a little bit of step up in the programs for both sides.
Yeah, let's not forget these kids are walking into high school next season, and so they could some of them could make immediate impacts on their high school teams.
Yeah, I mean, both these teams have kids that can go out and make impacts in their high schools, and continue to play and continue to keep pushing forward, and I think we'll see some great things out of both of these groups.
Well, I just am impressed with the spirit they play with. Great enthusiasm. They're both competitive on both sides of the net there, and they just they compete hard, but they're just getting better and better and better.
Yeah, that's the whole thing about it, is in the end, as coaches, you know as well as I do, at the end of the season, you're just looking, did my kids get better at the end, and that's what you're looking forward to the next year. You're going to lose some, but you also got to get them better so that you can keep pushing for the next year after that. And I saw both of these teams out throughout the season, and even Burris in the middle school kickoff bash, and they improved from there, and great matches both the way out of both of these teams right here.
Well, you look at the Newcastle team. You have the Shaftmaster kid, Mabry.
Yeah.
Well, now will join her sister next year on the varsity at Newcastle. It's kind of an interesting story.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting, both of them play at a high level, and we'll see, how they work together at that level, and one will be a sophomore, one will be a freshman coming in, so yeah. There's several things going on there, and sometimes sisterly love can be a hard thing to deal with. So as we wrap it up here from Munciana, Newcastle takes the 8th grade championship. Bar Reeve takes the 7th grade championship. Two great matches back and forth, and Wes, it's been fun working with you, and we'll take it from there, and we'll see you guys later from there, Munciana.
Okay.